Hi everybody, Pat Huntoon here with Technique Junkies, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make that cool sparkle card that you saw in the beginning of the video. So I am going to be doing this as our Friday night make and take at the Stamp Scrap Art Tour shows on Friday night. This is our Friday night make and take, and if you can't make one between now and the end of the year, I'm going to show you how to do it so you can get the supplies or just learn how to do it or just see a pretty card made. So let me show you how. First and foremost, the star of this show is the Colorful Life Design 6x6 stencil. It is a layered stencil. You get 3 pieces. You get the butterfly frame, you get the butterfly, and you get the insert, the pretty insert. And the name of this stencil is Layered Mix Butterfly 2. We're going to be using 3 of the colors in the Catherine Pooler Designs inks date night, but I could choose any of these colors, but the 3 I'm going to be using this time are Drive-In, In the Park, and Pucker Up. These are awesome inks. There's 8 in the collection, and they are very juicy and they're very color intense. I'm going to be using some blending brushes. I'm going to be using the SS 085 Sweet Fairy Tale set of 5. I'm going to be using Wishing You a Day That Sparkles. Some black ink, some midnight black ink from Catherine Pooler, and Shimmering Bliss in Ocean Blue to do the background of the butterfly. Also, one last thing, the IZINK Diamond 24 Karat Pearly. As you can see, I've used this a lot. So the first thing I'm going to do is start with a piece of cardstock that is 5 1/4 by 4 inches. And I'm going to take this cardstock and stamp the Wishing You a Day That Sparkles in this area here. Let me do that and come right back. Okay, so I have stamped this in advance. If you are doing this at home, you do not need to stamp that in advance. You can do your butterfly and then stamp it in the spot that's left over. I've made enough of these cards. So let's start with putting the base of the butterfly down. So this is the base of the butterfly, and on the opposite side of the butterfly base, I have sprayed it with Pixie Spray, which is a low-tack repositional adhesive for stencils that allows you to lift up and move your piece around, yet hold it down firmly onto your paper. So I am going to put a piece of paper towel down just to protect my work surface a little bit, and then put this down so that most of the butterfly wings, and I'm primarily trying to get on the this side of the butterfly, because this is where all the flowers are on this side. So I'm holding that down nice and firm. And then I'm going to be using Ocean Depth Shimmering Bliss over the top of this. So I'm with my Shimmering Bliss. You don't really want to shake. You want to roll that Shimmering Bliss. You want to make sure that you move any of the mica that's on the bottom, like that, off the bottom, so that it does not, so you get the perfect shimmer. So you go very low to the cardstock, maybe an inch above, and you give it a nice little spray. Now I am spraying in nice long even strokes, and I just want to get a very nice little background on there. So the Pixie Spray is going to make this perfect behind. So I'm just going to wipe this off with the paper towel so I don't get it all over myself, and peel that off. So that's nice and perfect. So I'm going to fold this up so I have more space here and place this back down again. Now it is time for the mixed butterfly. Now I've also sprayed the back of this so it's a little tacky. And I am going to be just finding where the butterfly is, and the blue makes it quite easy. So I am starting with Pucker Up, the pink, and I am going to just take my pink brush and I'm going to make a couple of pink flowers. Perfection is not necessary here, because when we put the 24 carats over the top, trust me when I tell you, you will not notice that you went out of the lines a little bit. That's what makes it perfect, frankly, for a Friday night make and take, but also to make cards with. So I'm going to do those 2 flowers, the middle part, and maybe the outer edges pink. Let's do the outer edges pink. Now, when you're making this, if you're not using the kit I have, or you're not using this Shimmering Bliss, you can also just put ink behind there. Just keep behind in the big block just keep in mind that whatever you put back there, you're going to have some color show through for the most part. So you want to be careful that you don't get too crazy with a deeper, darker color. So next I'm going to be using In the Park, which is that color. Again, perfection is not necessary here. You notice I went a little bit out of the lines. Honestly, it just isn't going to make a difference when I put the other color on there. So now we're going to my purple brush, and I'm using Drive-In, which is a nice intense purpley color. And I'm going to turn this back around, and then I'm just going to take a baby wipe, or you could take a damp paper towel, and I'm just going to go over the top of this. So my 24 carats, we're getting towards, there's still plenty in here, but I've been using this for a while, quite a while, probably 5 trade shows, plus making a billion of these as samples, plus doing another tutorial with it. So I've used this one quite a bit. So you take enough out on the back of your palette knife. You see it's like a piece of slab of toothpaste. This is going to go a long way. And I'm just putting this down and pushing it through. Now, when you push this through, I recommend that you don't make it thick. If you want this to dry fast, you're going to get the same, in fact, maybe even a little better look by having it be scrubbed in there. And I don't usually say that, but you don't want to use too much. You want to use just enough to get it through the stencil so that you have texture and the shimmer color without it being so thick that it takes 4 hours to dry. I'm just going to wipe my palette knife off, close up my materials here, and just pull this out. Oh, can you see how pretty that is? Isn't that just gorgeous? You could just do a card backing that make this a 5.5 by 8.5 piece of blue paper or whatever color you'd like. But because I have this pretty paper, I don't want to waste it. I would like to use it. So I'm just going to put this over a regular card front like that. So now we have a white base with a blue card. And since this is still wet, I'm going to show you what we're going to do in my make and takes. Now that'll take about 10 minutes to dry enough where you could touch it and really use it. But what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to put adhesive about at least 1/8 of the way in, just around the 4 edges. So I don't know if you can see the edge of adhesive there. And then I will take this and place it down without actually flipping this over and putting adhesive on the back of this. So I don't want to ruin it. Press it down. And that is our card. So that's our card today. That's our tutorial. It's so easy to do, and it is so, I mean, these are just spectacular in person. They're all beautiful and sparkly. And isn't that a beautiful birthday card or just an encouragement card for somebody? I think it's great. So that's our tutorial today. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please consider giving us a thumbs up on YouTube and subscribing to the Technique Junkies channel. Thank you for watching today. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye now.